And I am a college representative with FIDM, and FIDM is a 4-year private college, and we're located in California. Our main campus is downtown Los Angeles, so if you're familiar with LA, we're about a short walk from the Staples Center, and we're not far from the Disney Concert Hall. So to kind of get your bearings, that's where we are. We are downtown LA. And 4-year private college. We are known for fashion. If you've heard of us before, we have a very long and very strong connection with Project Runway. We also had all the filming and production for Project Runway Junior. If anybody watched that this past season, and the grand prize for that was a full scholarship to FIDM, and we're excited that that student is going to be joining us soon. And so we are known for fashion, but that is not all we do. We are a design school at our core, a very creative school. So if you're interested in kind of maybe going into a creative career, then hopefully this information will be kind of interesting for you today. We have an amazing graphic design program, and we really focus on either the entertainment industry or going more into branding. We have kind of focused 2 different areas for our students. And we also have a very strong digital media program as well, since we are in California, Los Angeles being our largest campus. There is just wonderful opportunities for our students in terms of internships, opportunities, the types of professors that we are able to get to come and teach our students are really top-notch in quality. They all have to be working actively in the profession that they are teaching, right? So for example, graphic design instructor, one of them is a 3-time Grammy Award-winning art director. He's worked with Madonna and the Dixie Chicks and just did all this James Taylor music packaging and branding that just came out. So he is actively engaged in the music industry within graphic design. And he's a good example of this, of a teacher or a professor in our college. So I'm going to just tell you a few quick things about it. We're going to actually watch a video. I wish we could all hop on a plane and fly to LA like right now. There's nothing more that I would want than to do that. Unfortunately, we can't. So I have a video here. But hopefully you'll get kind of a good idea of what we offer and what we're about. Creative, very specialized. You know, I kind of compare us to a school that maybe you're already aware of, maybe an A&M or a UT, where you kind of already know what they're great at, and that's the kind of school maybe if you're interested in becoming a veterinarian, you know kind of which schools you're going to maybe put on your list. FIDM is the type of school if you want to do something creative, if you want to become a costume designer, if you want to become a textile designer and work for Band Sunday, because we know they have some pretty amazing textiles with all those different canvases that come out. FIDM is the type of college that you should research and maybe put on your list to go visit and check out. Definitely follow any of the schools that you're interested in on social, right? Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram if you're still on it, from what I understand, or Instagram, what's happening? We also have a Bachelor of Social Media, and so that approaches social media. We know you can snap and tweet and all that great stuff. It's more from the business side, right? The perspective of how it really can fuel and make a brand, and how it continues to keep brands like Nike and Amazon, major global brands, they have to have a really strong presence in their social as well because we expect them to, right? Are you guys on Snapchat and Twitter? Those are the main ones you're using, right? And then are you also seeing a resurgence of YouTube? Actually, what's happening? I mean, I'd love to just graph this out. I'm sure there's a graph somewhere online. But yeah, I'm noticing Instagram is not, and does anyone miss Vine? Are you guys in warning still about that? No? Okay. Really glad I never got on Vine. So cool. I'm going to show you just a quick highlight video kind of what we're about. I do want to stress internships because I think internships are very important wherever you go. Whatever college you attend, whatever major or career focus you're interested in, please intern. And intern as many times as you can. Layer them. And I'm just taking off my FIDM hat and just giving you some free unsolicited advice. Because an internship, if it's a summer long or if it's 2 weeks, if it's a month, definitely, if you can make it work and fit it in somehow, please do it. It's so valuable. Even if it's an internship you get in and you're like, this is the worst internship ever, I promise there will be something beneficial to you that comes out of that You may not realize it at the time, but there is some value to it at some level. Just because you've exposed yourself to industry information and people, or maybe you learn you don't want to have a commute. That's a big deal to some people. Or maybe you learn management styles that really you work well with, or maybe when you become a manager, you remember that how that manager handled things and you want to emulate. Very much valuable to you. My background is in advertising, and I worked in the television industry, and it was through an internship that I did at a television station that I realized there was an entire line of jobs out there I didn't even know about. And I was in college at the time studying advertising, but the internship opened the door for me, and I ended up working at a firm that I learned about as an internship. I met my husband. I stayed at that job forever. It was the most amazing career ever. So definitely return. And I'll get off my soapbox. At FIDM, obviously the internships are pretty amazing. The collaborations and the partnerships that we have out in California are another reason that students come to us. I mean, our graphic design program, we have partnered with Signal Snowboards, we've partnered with Mercedes-Benz, we recently partnered with Vespa, Lionsgate Films. There are so many studios out there, so there's a lot of opportunity there. Same with our social media. Those students they're turning them down, basically. There's so many opportunities for social media and internships out there. Obviously, with the apparel industry, there are many. There are more fashion designers employed in LA County than any other county in the country. Manufacturing has had a huge surge. Premium denim is at an all-time high out in California. So there's a lot of really positive things happening in the apparel industry as well out there that are very productive and useful for our students. So I passed out a few things though, so before we jump into the presentation, which will take about 7 minutes of the video. This is 3 days of fashion, so if anybody's interested or wants to be out in California or is already planning to be out in California, this is 3 days. It's for high school students. It's a signature event. I think there's still a little room left at the LA campus. But this is the end of June, so if anybody's interested in that, the apparel side of things, there's that. We partner every summer with UCLA, and right now our partnership is with USC, the University of Southern California. And so we have, it's about a 2-week opportunity, so if anyone grabbed this, there's scholarships available, and you can follow this program online, on social. They're on Instagram, and they are on Twitter. The other opportunity too is with UCLA. Like I said, we do partner with them every summer, and so we have another extended program this summer with them as well. And you can find information about that online.
Hey guys, there's a dance party going on in the gym for $1 to raise money for Relay for Life. A dance party going on in the gym.
Okay, and last quick thing. This is my favorite piece of all. So hopefully, if you didn't grab it, you will. And it's obnoxious, I apologize. It's really a lot of paper. What this is, you are at all thinking career in the creative field, and you have a hard time narrowing it down. This is very helpful to a lot of students. I know my schools that I go to when I talk with the college counselors, they love this piece because what it does is it shows you, and this doesn't have to apply to FIDM, this is just more kind of as a resource or a tool for you. What this shows you, though, are students that have graduated from our program, yes, but they're working in creative capacities. And it shows you not only where they're working, NFL, Calvin Klein, Burberry, Nordstrom, wherever, they're working as a costume designer for Hunger Games. It gives you their job title. And I think that's really helpful because it kind of pulls the curtain back a little bit more, and it kind of gives you just a little bit more meat of what you can do and what a career can look like. In the creative field. So hopefully this will help you if you're still trying to narrow it down. There are so many creative things you can do, and there's so many interesting things happening. So everyone got one of these as well. And this is just kind of our little catalog and a Z card. So if you didn't get one, there are a bunch left over there. And I'm going to roll the video, and then we'll have time for questions afterwards. If anyone has a question, we can go through those then. If that works for everybody. Does that sound good? All right.
I finally saw what my future could become. Something pulled me in and I just fell in love. I actually only applied to FIDM because I knew that's the only place I wanted to go. It's
seriously changed my life. Seriously. I think it's really great that FIDM
Hey,
has
that's staff
campuses
around in
in
the
San
entire
Francisco,
world.
Los Angeles,
The
San
tacos
Diego,
are in
or
the
Toronto.
lounge.
Los
It's the
Angeles
people that have lunch
has
right now who
probably
come
the largest
first
fashion industry
so that
in the
you
United
can
States.
get your
Everybody
lunch.
thinks
Again,
it's
I
New York.
apologize for being late.
No, this
So
is
if you have the electric vote, then you go anyway, but the people that are running.
Being here in Orange County, you drive down the freeway, you hit Costa Mesa, and it's home to Aruca and Quicksilver, Billabong, Curly. It's all right here for you.
For me to come over from the East Coast and see all like these big surf industries, which is the major that I want to go for, you know, it's awesome.
The campus in San Diego, as well as all the other campuses, look creative. And so it makes you want to be creative. In San Diego campus, you can't beat that Petco Park view. That view is incredible.
San Francisco is such a fun city. The campus is located right in Union Square, and so it's easy to come in on BART or take public transit. You've got Bloomingdale's, you have Macy's, you have Saks Fifth Avenue, you have Neiman Marcus. I mean, you're in the retail mecca of San Francisco. All of the campuses are very, very secure. I mean, our security is top notch. And coming to any of the FIDM campuses, there's so many connections within the industry that it really is a step up above everyone else.
FIDM is very close to our hearts. It's not right probably to say fashion destinations on the West Coast because it's so much more than fashion. But for us, it's like home away from home.
We have a lot of people who come from FIDM. The reason we like so much FIDM is the teamwork, the attitude, the passion for fashion. All that is real.
I was in my sewing class in high school, and my teacher got one of the DVDs in the mail from debut like the previous year. I remember watching that in class and I was like, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to go to that school and I want to do debut.
I applied for Project Runway, and lo and behold, I'm passed on Project Runway season 12. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. You really learn a lot about yourself. I love design, I love advertising. Two of the projects that are my favorite that we're working on right now are The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Fargo for FX. FIDM really got me in the door at Create, which was really helpful.
It's been a really exciting journey, honestly, to come from FIDM and to now be
Attention students, please join us in the gym for $1. Join the dance party. Come dance.
Wardrobe designing about 8 years ago, and it's turned me into a costume designer and a clothing designer. I've kind of stepped in front of the camera now, speaking about clothes to the masses and television and the internet. What you'd like to become is already in you, but nobody knows it yet. Something will come of it, always.
I've been doing music for quite some time now, so I get involved with a lot of music productions, award shows. I've done multiple tours, Taylor Swift, I've done Carrie Underwood, I've done Katy Perry, so a lot of it comes down to just the artists, dancers, for the entire performance.
This summer I had my first billboard in New York with Chris Brown, and right after that I nabbed Ariana Grande as a client.
Getting to style on the Britney Spears Toxic video, that was just huge. I mean, I was in my early 20s and I was a stylist on all these shows like American Idol, Access Hollywood, Entertainment Tonight. So it's just been an incredible journey and I've really gotten to see the world.
Well, I have to say, for me, I'm a FIDM alum. I had a lot of really inspiring teachers, and I learned how to put a collection together here. And I didn't know that you could actually make fashion a career or turn it into your life.
Whether someone is creative or business-minded, there is a place for students of all kinds of interests at FIDM. The specialized Associate of Arts degrees give FIDM students options of immediately entering the industry, going into an advanced study program, or choosing one of several unique bachelor's degrees.
I actually have 3 degrees at FIDM. The first one was product development, and from there I heard about the international manufacturing and product development. And after that program, I realized that I wanted to learn more about the business side. I wanted to have more knowledge, and that's exactly what you learn in the bachelor's program.
We got to go to Paris to do trend research to help us build our line that we were creating, and brought our line to China and then we got to go to factories there, so I got to see the whole process.
FIDM students know exactly what they want to do. Most of them come out knowing that they want to go into editorial, sound design, production, motion graphics. They know what they're looking for, and they've been trained to do what they're looking for.
FIDM has a really good relationship in the industry, so it really opens the door going to FIDM.
FIDM is clearly an institution that teaches young people to think for themselves, and to design for others, and to innovate for the world. I thought it was loud in here when the Kings won the Stanley Cup, but they got nothing on you guys.
This business is a wild ride. It is not for the faint of heart.
It's about putting 100%, into everything that you do.
Whatever you want to do, you can. You have to want it. You have to really just want it and take it.
I think I need a creative choice going to them.
My journey has been where I'm at now.
I can't imagine doing anything else.
And it'll just kind of scroll and show you the programs that we offer through this next slide. I wanted to point out, if anybody in here is interested at all in costume design, we just wrapped an installation. It's our 25th year to do this collaboration with the costume designers industry for television, or excuse me, for film. So every year we collaborate with the Academy Awards, and we have the nominated pieces from the films that were recognized for the Academy Award for costume design. So we just closed that. And did anyone see La La Land in here? Anybody see that title? Or Rogue One? Did you see the Star Wars release? That wasn't nominated, but we do also have other costume pieces that were big titles that were released, from the previous year. So we had Rogue One, obviously. And what was the one before Rogue One that was released the year prior? We had lots of stormtroopers, especially the one with the bloody, the one you kind of saw in all the promo pieces. We had that. Cinderella, the year before last, with the beautiful blue. That was the signature piece.
Hello, wonderful killer staff. We want you to know that all of the A lunch people got their tacos, so if you are B lunch people but want to go ahead and come in and get your lunch, feel free. Happy Taco Tuesday.
So did anybody see Miss Peregrine's song, Help to Kill Your Children? Yeah, that was a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. The costuming in that was brilliant. That's how Colleen Atwood is an icon right now in costume design. But we had the girl that was light as air and the shoes. We had all of that, which was one of my favorite characters in the whole film. But just really interesting. So if you are a costume design student, you just take the elevator, go downstairs, and you are eye to eye with that caliber type of work, for several months out of the year. And in the fall, we also collaborate again, but we do it with the television industry in the form of the Emmys. You guys probably watch the Emmys on television. It's a fun award show. And if you watch like American Horror Story or Walking Dead or anybody who's into Downton Abbey, those are the types of costumes that will flood our museum for several months in the fall. So we do those annually, and it's just another beautiful example of partnership with our college and the industries that we serve. So any questions I can answer, housing, studying abroad, anything specific that I can go through while I'm here. If anybody has a question, yeah? Do we offer merchandising? We absolutely do. So we have a merchandising and marketing program. So are you thinking about maybe being a buyer or opening your own store? Or what is your kind of end game goal?
I just wanted to do like a professional merchandise, or like I wanted to work for a store and then decide what place to go into.
Perfect. Yeah, our merchandising and marketing program is exactly where you want to be. We do offer a lot of business in most of our majors because our students are very creative, but we also want them to have the business skills as well in order to use that as the fuel that makes them as successful as they can. So you do have that wrapped in, but that is really more of a more focused business program. I will say locally, UNT, and we're out in California, we're West Coast, but UNT has a beautiful program for that as well locally. And then other schools I always like to champion too, if you're doing your homework or your research. FIT is fantastic in New York, Parsons. Those are two great opportunities. If you love more of the South, SCAD is grand, it's wonderful. We actually are featured in Teen Vogue, if anybody reads Teen taking both. Right now, there's a great spread about FIDM, SCAD, which is the Savannah College of Art and Design, and then FIDM Parsons, and it talks about schools that are doing a really good job of teaching sustainability and recyclability in their apparel programs, because that's really important. The fashion industry is kind of a dirty little business sometimes. There's a lot of waste, there's a lot of chemicals, there's a lot of manufacturing, there are just a lot of excess of a lot of things. And so we were all kind of highlighted as doing a really good job of being forward thinkers in terms of helping mold students to think that way as they get out there and start to do their things. So that was a good question. Any other questions?
And then graphic design.
So housing is a question, right? What is our housing like? So housing is offered at all 4 campuses. We only have 4 campuses. LA is our biggest, our main campus. And we offer several different types of housing in different locations around the city. So we don't have traditional dorms, but we do have apartment-style housing, which is a huge win, trust me, if you've ever stayed in a dorm, which I'm sure most of y'all have if you've gone to cheer camp or a sports camp or something. And it's apartment-style housing. We'll go in and we will lease out large swaths of an apartment complex. We'll offer 24-hour security. These are very safe. She talked about it in the video. It is top security. It's a big deal. And so what happens as you go, our housing is fully furnished, and you'll have, there are 4 of you, but it's a 2-bedroom. So a dorm is usually 1 with 2 people in it, and it's the same thing. We just kind of give you bigger space. And that's kind of how housing works. We have a whole separate section of folks devoted to kind of help you secure it. For example, we have a lot of students too that like to work at the Grove. If anybody here still watches TMZ, the Grove, TMZ is always at the Grove and LAX. They live there for some reason. And so the Grove, we have housing over by the Grove too, because there's a lot of students that like to intern or work there, so it's just a little bit easier for them to then have to go back into the city. So we have all that kind of worked out. But we also offer it in San Francisco, San Diego, and Orange County, which are our other 3 campuses. Did I answer? I didn't. You had a graphic design question, and you also talked about the business. And we have a fantastic business, a Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Science in Business Marketing. And the retention rate, which probably may not make a lot of sense to you right now, but let me put it this way. The most of the students that start that program finish it. It's in the high 90s, so the completion rate. So as you get into college and you start kind of figuring all that stuff out, that's a really nice percentage number. So there's a lot of students that are very happy with our business. That's what it is. And then graphic design. So graphic design at FIDM is really very much, we ask at the very beginning that the student decide if they want to go into branding or you want to go into more of the entertainment marketing type of you can do both, but a lot of students really like one or the other. They really want to go into movie posters or movie trailers or those kinds of things. And so we kind of have it tailored that way. Does that answer your question at all? Okay, well, good question. Thank you. Yes.
So like you said there's like different houses, like one near the world and then like one like the world. So like you have to pay like a higher price to be like near the world.
That's a good question, and I'm pretty sure if I would assume that it's probably very much in line all over, but that would be a great question to ask housing, and I'm happy to give you a person you can just email, or if you want to give me your information, I'll send it out to you. But I know that a lot of the students also like to stay closer to campus that aren't necessarily out by the road, but we have that. We have housing that's just where you can walk to school. I mean, and anybody that's ever been out to California walking to school is like a treat. It's beautiful weather there. It's just gorgeous. Summer, spring, winter, and fall. So, did that sort of answer your question? Okay.
How many kids are on the Board of Campuses?
Total, our enrollment is, I haven't seen anything recently, but we're about 6,000 total.
Oh, for combined?
For all 4 campuses. LA is definitely our biggest campus. And not every major is offered at every campus, right? So Los Angeles main campus offers everything. We have other campuses, for example, action sportswear is a very large segment of the apparel industry, and San Diego is believe it or not, is a real mecca for that. And so that is definitely offered at that location because of the environment and it just makes sense to have that offering there. San Francisco is beautiful for our students that are interested in visual communications, and that would be anyone that's interested in these elaborate store displays. Anybody been to an Anthropologie or been to New York at Christmas time and you see Barney's or you see all these Macy's, they do all these crazy beautiful windows. They spend countless amounts of money. And that's a good example of what a visual communication student would end up doing. Some just really interesting art type of installations for brands. And events too. There's a lot of that happening right now, events we're seeing too. Did you know? Yeah. I want to just plug, yes.
Typically how many like dorm positions are available?
You're talking about more?
Dorms.
Oh, for RAs?
Just for like school like dorms, for the housing.
Right. I'm pretty sure we have you're talking about are there accommodations for everyone?
Yeah, like is there like a certain amount that you rent out for people who sign up for it?
From as long as I've been with FIDM, we've never had an issue with shortage of housing accommodations for students. Does that answer your question? Yeah. What you're, I think, like, did you want to be an RA? Because you could. I was gonna plug locally here this summer, starting in May, and it runs through August 22nd. The DMA has Iris Van Herpen installation coming. I don't know if anybody's a member or has seen this happening or this being promoted, but Iris Van Herpen is a Dutch designer, and I wish I could throw her up on the screen to show you her designs. They're ridiculous. They are ridiculous. They're so modern, and she uses 3D printing elements in her designs, and she's going to have an installation. So if you have a chance to go to the DMA this summer, please go. It'll blow your mind, but you can pick your mind, piece back up, put it together, and then go on from there. Fantastic. Definitely make sure that you visit that if you have a chance. So, any other questions? It's a good one. Okay, cool. Yeah.
What are we looking at for tuition?
Good question. So tuition varies, and you can look online, but the ballpark figure is around $30,000 a year. That's my phone timer.
And that's pre-scholarship.
Absolutely, yes. And we do offer lots of scholarships. I have a whole list, and I have a page with me if you would like to take scholarship information with you. But we definitely encourage you to seek out scholarships. We offer lots and lots. Anybody in here that's familiar with the Nordstrom Ambassador Program? You are?
Yeah, my friend works for Nordstrom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll know that it's a fantastic program. This is just a little example of a scholarship. And juniors and seniors are able to apply. So you all are not juniors and seniors yet, right? But you will be, right? There aren't any juniors. As a junior or senior, you can apply to be a Nordstrom ambassador. If you are interested in the apparel industry, please definitely apply. There's a project, there's a process, there's an interview. The Dallas location at North Park is where you meet. Students come in from all over the city, and I go to those meetings. There are 60 students strong right now in terms of a membership, which is outstanding. They have you sit in on merchandising. Who asked? She's gone. They sit in on merchandising conversations. They ask you and get your opinion on, do you buy this right? Do you like this look? I mean, your friend, I don't know if your friend's ever attended a meeting or is.
She may have. She does the visual for Nordstrom at Galleria, so I'm sure she's done something, yeah.
It's a fantastic opportunity. You meet once a month on Sundays, but there's a scholarship involved. We offer money. If you are just a member, there's a scholarship for just being a member of that group. And if you come to FIDM, that's a scholarship right there. So think about $1,000 or $1,500 just for being a member of that. So we also will stack other scholarships as well. So as that starts to kind of make more sense to you, and stackable is good, and scholarships are great, and all of that. So, but we do have a whole entire section on our website, as do every other college, about scholarships. And I know your school counselors are great about helping you, will help you navigate those things as well. As will we. So, good question. Any other questions? Everybody get stuff? Everybody get a pen? Make sure I cover everything. Since we're almost out of time, I believe. Yeah, no, I covered it all. Any art majors in here? Any students that are really interested in art? Are you?
Yeah.
Do you draw?
Yeah, I draw.
Okay. Are you pretty detailed?
Yeah, pretty detailed.
Okay. So have you heard of Lark on the Park in Dallas? It's at Clybourne Park. It's a restaurant. Has anybody heard of that before? So if you go on their website, I just like to dig up opportunities locally for you guys to kind of feather your nests for applications down the road and that kind of thing. But Lark in the Park offers a really unique opportunity for artists locally where you submit your work, and they have chalkboards all over the restaurant, and the restaurant's beautiful. But the chalkboards are, big as this wall, bigger than this screen. And so you submit your work, and if they select you, and they rotate it out pretty often, so the chances, I think, are kind of good. Then you have the opportunity to showcase your work in chalk, though, but they help you kind of transpose that on. It's fantastic. I think it'd look great on a college application or resume at some point, but that's just the opportunity of Lark, L-A-R-K, on the park. It's free. It's great exposure for artists locally. So, and any age, I believe, is welcome. So, there's that. And that's where we are on social media.